Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast and our event today. My name is Leah McCulloch, and I'm here today because I want to be sharing with you all those things not to do while you're building your business. And I hope you can learn from my experience and my mistakes. I would love to save you the trauma and the challenges that I went through by being smarter than I was. Okay, how's that for a challenge? And you're sitting there thinking, I'm smarter than you, and that's great. Awesome. That's fantastic. Now, you may be just starting out this business. You might be young and full of vim and vigor, and that's wonderful. And I salute you, and I hope that you can learn from my many mistakes. I hope I can give you a leg up, as it were. And if you're a little bit older and you've been through a few battles yourself, I hope I can give you permission to do those things that I know you need to do. So if you're listening to our broadcast yesterday, I gave you my life story, and just to very quickly, the reason I've come to this place where I want to help other entrepreneurs is that I really fought this battle alone, and I had a terrible marriage, and I had a very challenged son, and I was trying to work from home and to hold down a job and raise my kids, and in the end I burnt out, and it was a spectacular crash and burn. So I guess my question to you today, or for sure my question to you today, is, do you have to lose everything like I did? Or can I teach you just this one thing? That's my hook. I hope you'll stay for the broadcast, because I do want to teach you this. It's really important. So again, as per yesterday, and I always used to joke, because I'm a dietitian, because I know healthcare, because I worked in healthcare and I help people with their health, I know all the stuff. I know all the stuff I should be doing, and I did a lot of it. And I used to joke that if I didn't do it, if I didn't know it, I'd be dead long before I crashed and burned. And so I used to joke about it, and I used to know that I was pushing myself probably farther than a person should push. But I did it anyway, because I was very healthy, and I was strong, and I was fit, and I ate well, and I took good care of myself. But I had just major emotional stresses in my life, which I won't go into. But because I took care of myself, I was allowed to go on a lot longer than I otherwise would have. The average person would have crashed and burned a lot sooner than I did. So it allowed me to go on for a long time, and I kept doing the same thing over and over again, and I became very, very busy with everything. I got very sick. So after I crashed and burned, of course, my chief desire was to heal. I knew what I'd been through, and I knew it was hard, and I tried not to be too hard on myself, because I knew that I handled it as best I could. And yet, healing's not that straightforward. Once you've crashed and burned, if you can catch it in the early stages, you're good. But if you leave it as long as I left it, it is very, very challenging. So I'm trying to save you this trauma as well by saying you heal the same way you prevent the crash and burn in the first place. And so in order to get my life back, so my external motivation was, hey, I need to get my life back. I need to be able to work. I need to be able to provide for my family. I need to be able to pay their rent. There's some basics, some fairly tangible and urgent things I had to do. But, on the inside, I felt like a failure, because I'm a healthcare professional, and here I am in major burnout. But more than that, I was actually scared, because up to that point, I'd always bounced. When you're young and you're pulling an all-nighter, and you're doing you're studying for an exam, and you might even be out partying that night before, but then you're up all night studying, and you go into your exam, and somehow you ace it, and you're fine, and you're tired, and you go crash, and everything's good. And then you keep doing that, and you do it in different ways, because you're up all night with the kids, and then you go and try to put that presentation in, or you're hustling, and you're trying to get a side gig to pay the extra thing, and you're burning the whole candle at both ends thing, and you're burning everything out. You're burning your heart out. You're burning your mind out. You're burning your soul out. So my plan was simple. I was going to take some time off and heal. But the obstacles I faced were major. And they were social, and they were they were emotional, because I was hurting. I was hurting. You know, the life I meant to have while I was too busy doing something else, the pain and loss of a bad marriage, the pain and loss of having a child who was not well and took all my attention, and subsequently my second child suffered, and I was still trying to pay all the bills. My life was insane. And the sadness that comes with failing like I did, the sadness that comes with a failed marriage, the sadness that comes with not being the best parent that you could have been, it really hurts you, and it hurts you to the core. And then there's the chemical things that are going on inside your head, like things that are in the wrong balance and things that don't work anymore. You can burn your adrenals out, guys, ladies. I did that. I burnt my adrenals out. And so suddenly I had so much stress for so long that my body said, you know what, we're done here. We can't do this anymore. So that whole bounce back thing, it not only was slow, it didn't happen. Do you know when you're younger and you maybe twist an ankle playing football, or, okay, football's a bad example, I've never played football, basketball, lots of basketball. You twist an ankle and you know how it takes a few weeks, but you keep kind of testing it and it's still sore, but then slowly and slowly it gets better. Well, it was like the time I went skiing and I tore my ACL and it never got better. And I had a really hard time understanding what that looked like. Like, what do you mean it's not just going to heal? What do you mean I'm not going to get better? What do you mean my knee doesn't work anymore, right? Like, what do you mean? Because I'd always bounced. And so with this, I was like, what do you mean I'm not getting better? What do you mean I can't just sleep this thing off? What do you mean I can't just take some vitamins? What do you mean I can't do what I used to do? I couldn't even stay awake all day, long enough to go in for a shift. I was horrified to realize that I'd come to the point where I had burned myself so badly that it was possible I wouldn't heal. And that was a hard reality to come to. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long for this. So, and the funny thing is, I'm a type A. I used to deny this, but I think I'm a type A. I used to say like A minus, B plus, you know. I went at healing like I was going to, build the Empire State Building or something. Okay, I'll take these pills and I'll do this and I'll talk to that doctor and I'll go to that appointment and I'll work out and all that. But the one thing I never learned how to do was rest. I never learned how to rest. And so that's the thing I want you to come away with today. If you've listened to me so far, I want you to learn how to rest. I want you to learn how to unplug. I want you to learn how to rest your mind, because it's one thing to go, oh, I'll go get a spa treatment, or I'll go on holidays and I'll swim or whatever. But to learn how to rest your mind is something that I don't think people know how to do anymore. I certainly didn't. Even you're on your cell phone, you're on your computer, you're watching, we think, oh, well, we'll just rest and watch a movie or something. But you need to learn to rest your mind. You need to learn to go to bed and shut your mind off, or go lie on the floor for a while and shut your mind off, or go for a walk and shut your mind off. Get to the point where your mind is actually resting. Because I think all my entire life, I never allowed my mind to rest. And that's why I couldn't heal. Because everything was shot. Every system in my body was shot. And you can get there by working too hard. Okay, so what was the lesson I learned? Did I heal? Yes, I did. And I think I'm still in process, because I think that, I'm also older and things go wrong and I still don't have an ACL. But I did heal, and I took time, and I gave myself permission. I actually took a few years off, and I did nothing but be well and heal and love myself and live on skinny rations and do all those things I needed to do to get it done. Anyway, so yes, I healed. And have I transformed? Have I made that change? Yes, sort of. Sometimes I slip. When I was writing this book, I was going crazy, and I was like, oh, I just got to get it done. I got to work faster. Oh, I need this tech stuff. I need autoresponders. I need all these things. I need a YouTube channel. I need an Instagram. So I'm learning to rest as I rebuild now too. So anyway, that's my nugget. If you can't rest, you will crash and burn. It doesn't matter how good you take care of yourself. You will. So anyway, I hope to see you again soon. God bless you. And happy business building. Okay? Ciao.